Azerothians. This week we discuss Ask Mr. Robot's popular talent calculator, the Blizzard Stream Wars, and of course, some free Jinx stuff. You know, why not? Listen to episode number 4 of The Edge. Hello, and welcome into The Edge for March 10th, 2015. Per usual, I am your host, Sean Clark, otherwise known as Valise. Actually, I really shouldn't say anymore. I'm known as Valise, but really people know me as Vels now because I had a name change, but whatever, it's all good. Like to say a big hello to everyone that's always joining on the live stream this evening. Always good to see you guys blowing up the chat. Really, really appreciate it. If you're listening to this on Stitcher or iTunes and want to join us for the live show, head over to twitch.tv/The Edge Podcast every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. We would love to see you all join in live. Now, I feel weird because Will isn't here. This feels strange to me. I guess I'll bring Matt in. I always do. Contributing author, Warlords of Draenor Strategy Guide, former WoW Insider writer, and currently a member of Blizzard Watch, gym blogger, Mr. Matt Lowe.
I heard gym blogger for a second there. He means GM and blogger, not gym blogger.
Gym blogger.
No. Yeah, right. That's a good one. Last week, I think I mentioned something about a guild merger, which seems to have gone well so far. Hopefully. It's only been 1 week, but, I mean, nothing's really exploded yet. At least we're back in front of Blackhand now, so that's a big plus.
Nice.
Oh, aside from that, all you Hearthstone players out there and viewers, I've started streaming on the Blizzard Watch channel on Twitch on Friday nights for anyone that's interested in just watching Hearthstone and the grind to legendary status. So, yeah, shameless plug.
I was watching you earlier.
Yeah, that was not a good game.
No.
Oh, it was horrible.
It was not good. It was not good at all.
Yeah, I know.
It's,
Anyway.
I guess we'll talk about that in a little bit, because there's really not a lot to talk about this week anyways. TGN contributor, YouTuber, Twitter fiend, and Twitch live streamer, Miss Katie. What's up?
Yeah. Not too much. Still not rating, which is oddly nice, but I decided for kicks and giggles to start a roleplay tune over on... Yeah, I saw that face.
You didn't.
I
Wow.
did!
What's your...
Over on Wormrest Accord.
Okay.
Okay. Woo.
What?
Nothing.
Where? What?
No.
What? Do it. Say it. You know you want to. So yeah, I've just been crowdsourcing the ideas from the help of Twitter while I'm at work late at night, and I have a female orc hunter by the name of Jinniku Dragon Guy. I'm still working on a backstory.
Do you have anything so far? I would be very interested to hear this.
Other than like
One day.
playing into dragon eyes so that I can use the kind of dragon-esque hunter pets, because I want a dragon hawk, maybe, or a warp stalker, something of the lizard-like qualities.
Okay, I don't understand RP stuff at all. Like,
And
what's
neither
the
do
point?
I, and this is why it's fun. Because
Like, do
you
you,
get
like-
to go assume another identity.
Like, do you just like RP walk and then like sit down in a chair and be like, all right,
No,
guys.
it's nothing to do with that. In RP, you're supposed to create a backstory for your character, and you would kind of do the things that character would do. So, for example, I myself would just shoot a squirrel or something, whereas my priest, who happens to be some kind of protector dude, would just shield the squirrel and levitate it out of the tree. I don't know, something along those lines.
I don't get it. I
I
literally,
think lost Matt.
I literally still don't get it. Oh,
Yeah.
no, here it is.
There he is.
Here. Shut up. I had to think about that for a second.
No, the most entertaining part was your camera froze and then you just kept waving your arm around and looked like really strangely, and that was the
Yes.
best part of that. So
Okay.
I really don't.
I'm glad to entertain.
I really don't understand RP stuff. I don't know why
That's okay.
it exists. I know, but I do know that if you go to the RP servers and you like screw things up, like if you're in there being like, you know, this is bad or you guys are dumb or whatever, like you can actually get banned you can get permabanned. I'm pretty sure for going
Yeah.
in there and
It's,
Well, it's no worse than griefing or, just blatantly disrespecting people, because like they build those servers for that particularly. How is it any different than PvE versus PvP?
I was watching a guy stream classic WoW like 2 nights ago. He's playing a paladin, and I was like, man, like just to look at like how far it's come from back in the day, You know, like he didn't really have any add-ons. He didn't like, like every time he'd res, he cast like devotion or seal a command. Like, you know, he's doing all these things, and I was like, oh man, like the good old days. It was a lot of fun. So that was pretty cool to check out.
Your lenses are so rose-colored.
I mean, it was still terrible. There was a lot of bad stuff too.
That's
I mean,
more like it.
I
There
know,
we go.
I understand. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and say like I'm not one of those guys who's like, oh, Vanilla WoW was the best, blah. But it was just cool to see, like, because I remember that stuff. Like, I remember going back and running, and everything felt so slow, and killing things was like an accomplishment. Now it's like a grind, you know. So it's just different. But it was cool to check that out on those private servers. So Will isn't here today, so that kind of sucks. Typically,
Yeah, like what is up with that guy?
See, doesn't it feel incomplete without him here? Just
Is
feels
this how
weird.
you felt when I wasn't here?
Yes,
Yeah, right.
I felt very sad. I was
Sure.
Oh
yeah.
I was gonna go make an RP character, and his name was gonna be Lonely McLonelyson, and basically he would just sit around and like be sad about losing things, people, books, pencils, just kind of just a sad guy, you know. That's how I
That
feel.
seems fitting for you.
I'm such a sad person all the time. I am a quite sad person. So for me, I haven't even really been doing a lot. I've been playing a lot of HOTS lately, a lot of heroes.
Hots.
A lot of HOTS.
Part of the swarm, guys.
Lot-
StarCraft 2 player here.
Actually, I did. I used to play a lot of StarCraft 2 back in the day, and now the matchmaking is so terrible in StarCraft 2 that I don't know if you guys have seen this at all. If you've been, Matt, I know Matt, you kind of go around and touch on every game, but now Katie, I'm not sure if you've done a lot of StarCraft 2 at all. Have you ever played any StarCraft 2 really? There you go. Okay.
No, not really.
Oh.
Well, the way
The
it's
extent of my playing of StarCraft 2 was at BlizzCon last year and being told what to do
You should
in
definitely
the
play.
two-person.
You should definitely play at least a single player
Stuff.
campaign. It's actually a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
The story is really good. It's just something different too. Plus, it's a Blizzard game, so you know it's gonna be good. But anyways, I digress. The point of this was the matchmaking system is so broken right now in StarCraft 2 that people that are in Bronze are getting matched up against people in Grandmaster because there's no one playing the game. Like, there's that many few people playing the game that they're supposed to be like Bronze, Silver, Gold, Masters, Platinum, or Platinum, Masters, and then Grandmaster. But people are, that whole middle area is like non-existent anymore. Pretty crazy. StarCraft 2 used to be like one of the games to play, you know, and now it's just seems to be fading off into the background.
I think everybody who used to play StarCraft went to go play League.
Yeah, they went to play League or Dota, where the money's at, and you can't blame them,
Yeah.
you know, unless you're those top 5 to 10 people that play StarCraft 2, you know, and they're making all the money. Then who
The
cares?
expansion needs to come out pretty damn soon.
Yeah, that franchise is in trouble. Something that's
Yeah,
not
but
in
you
trouble.
could say the same thing about Diablo. I mean, it was, what, 10 years in between releases?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Diablo 2 is an
different animal.
amazing game. Like, people still play Diablo 2 to this day. Actually, another thing, I watched a guy speedrun Diablo 2 the other night. That was fun. That was actually really fun. He played a Sork. He had Frost Nova and the not chain lightning, but the lightning bolts on the ground. I can't think of it. Whatever. But that's what he was doing. He was speedrunning, and it was actually a lot of fun to see. Because believe it or not, there's actually glitches in Diablo 2, Lord of the LOD expansion. So he's like, you know, if he's porting around, it's like, oh man, I got this shortcut, I got this, I got that, and I didn't even know about these things. So it was really cool and educational to watch his stream actually. But with Diablo, it's a whole different style of game, I think. So that the longevity is there because that's the whole point of the game is to just find items and do stuff. StarCraft 2 is supposed to be one of those games where you have to play it because if you don't play it, you get terrible at it. Like your reaction time gets slower. You know, you just constantly have to be involved, or else you're just bad at it. So I don't know. It's also kind of a long time commitment. Some of those games can run like 60, 80 minutes. You know, that's just crazy. So
Yeah, and we all know the attention span of the internet seems to be getting increasingly shorter and shorter.
yeah, that is true. probably. I'm reading the chat right now, so it's gonna sound a little bit weird to people who listen to audio. So, ask Mr. Robot, who's in the chat, asked about Will's videos, and I'm sure that he would be really cool about hooking
would
up
love
with you
it.
guys. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he puts a lot of work into that stuff, and you know, he certainly gets a lot of views. I think one of the last ones I saw was over 100,000 views or something like that. So it's quite a few. I mean, so good for him. He'll definitely take all the cross support that he can get, I'm sure. Now I know we mentioned it. I think we mentioned this last week, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Midwinter takes US first in the world race. I can't remember if we mentioned that last week or not.
Yes, they had just done it the night before.
Okay.
But now we have kill videos. Yay!
Right. So I've seen the at least the kill videos. I'm sure you guys have as well.
It's crazy.
Which video did you like the best? Did you like Midwinter's, Paragons, or Methods? I like Methods the best.
I watched Midwinters and Methods, and something that I noticed is things that they would call at like the same time. Like I thought I was watching the same video twice over instead of watching the other one. Just how like methodical the process is for that fight, even though it doesn't look that hard. The mechanics didn't seem that
on
much
paper.
crazy, but yeah, on paper everything seems simple, but you know, there's a reason that they were getting slaughtered.
It's crazy to think that right now there are 50 guilds. 50 at 9 of 10 Mythic. So you could be in
And there's
60th.
8 now.
There's
that
9.
Have killed it.
9.
Oh, is it 9?
So
okay.
everyone's fighting for the 10th spot, the top 10, right? So what I'm saying is you could be in 60th place world, get this kill today, and be in 10th.
And jump. Yeah.
To 10th.
Boom.
Blood Legion's technically in 10th right now because of their other kills. Like, you know, they're world first on like 4 mythic kills, but they're the beginning of the race, and they really fell off towards the end. But good for Midwinter for taking US third. I mean, or US first and world third. I mean, that's really awesome. Even if they are a crappy alliance guild, good for them. Look at I knew it
Dude.
would make you so angry.
I'm sorry. Alliance number 1 in the U.S. right now. Don't hate. Don't hate.
Nothing. I don't hate. I hate a little bit. Like I
Always
said,
a little hate.
I think I should play my alliance characters more. Actually, I haven't played them in a long time. And I feel like you don't do the game justice if you don't do both sides. Which is, I'm also saying, talking to you, Matt. You should also play Horde.
The Alliance doesn't want you.
Hey, how many max level Horde characters do you have, Matt?
0.
Don't lie to me. How many 90s
Correct.
do you have?
Horde 90s or total 90s?
No, Horde 90s. Since we're talking about loyalties here to faction sides.
0.
Uh-huh.
Exactly 0 Horde 90s.
Do you have any Horde tunes at all?
Are you being like really specific right now? And you have like one that are like you have like one character's like 91, one that's like
Yes,
97.
I have one Horde Priestess at 91.
See, I knew it.
Scandalous.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna play this game with me. But no, the world.
Lawyered.
So thanks, Barney. So that's from How I Met Your Mother. In case you were
Please.
catch that reference. So that's good for them, though. I mean, it's crazy to think that Mythic Blackhand is that hard, that all of these guilds are stuck on him. That, I mean, these aren't guilds either that are, you know, you're on our server, so to speak, you know, like, oh, they're maybe top 500 US or top 800 US. So, I mean, okay, yeah, you guys raid, you know, you guys down things. But, I mean, these are like the best guilds in the world. You know, these guys live, eat, and breathe raiding, and they still can't get it down. That's pretty crazy, you know. I was looking at the explosion in phase 2 from the siege, and you said that does some damage, dude.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Like, that is crazy. And I saw some really cool glitches too. We're not really glitches, but some really cool phase transitions from phase 1 to 2, where the druids were like float down, and then
Yep.
they go
The
over to the
flap, flap, flap,
yeah
flap, flap.
off to the side, and they were
Yep.
already in position for when the ads came out. That was actually really, really smart. There's a lot of really cool things that I saw just watching the video. So that being said, I still can't believe there aren't more kills now with these videos out. These videos aren't obviously walkthroughs, but they're pretty clear cut as this is what you do, you know?
Well, I think we'll see him this week, so it's another reset and all that stuff too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
how I know that Katie's taking a breather because I mean I took one too from rating for a while.
She's a free agent.
I am.
How about you, Matt? Where are you at in the rating world right
We
now?
just got to Blackhand Heroic the other week with the newly merged crew.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll make some headway on it. It's a bit of a toss-up. Like I'm kind of debating either going for Blackhand again Heroic or just dropping back to High Mall for a day and getting some progression done there at the Mythic level. So I don't know. Still thinking about it.
Yeah, I know that
Just
this.
for a little change of pace.
Yeah, I mean, plus it's not like the gear is completely useless. It's still,
It's still good.
it's still slightly better than yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're doing tonight. Raid started for me 15 minutes ago, so I don't know if they. I was on earlier and I talked to the GM and he said they were either going to extend for Blackhand and try to get him down this week, or they were just gonna, not extend and we would run through it again. But honestly, a lot of us now have so much gear that it's like we kind of should be going after Blackhand. It's kind of like, okay, well, we're done, with this. So
Then you also got the legendary quest to keep in mind too, unless you want to run that on like an LFR or normal or whatever.
right.
Oh yeah, are you guys getting close to finishing the next round?
Yeah, I think I need one more week for me, and then I'll be done.
No, I need a couple more because, like, as of times like this where I miss out on those first, like,
Kills.
yeah, exactly. Like they're adding up. So I think I have one tablet and like 250 other runes right now or whatever, and then I need to get one more tablet after that. So
I got
Yeah,
two
I
tablets
have-
and about 160.
yeah,
I got 2 tablets and like 25 but runes, but missing quite a few boss kills. I haven't gotten that much.
Yeah.
So but,
the third wing of LFR did open up this week for you guys that are doing LFR, but the
Oh, that's right.
Blackhand won't open up for another 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yep.
So you'll have some time to get in on that and get your rating done and go in and collect the stones if that's what you're doing, or just kind of get some gear or running alts or whatever. One thing that I haven't seen on the forums lately is that a lot of people have been complaining because LFR is being taken over by bots apparently, and it's causing a lot of grief among active players because they go in and they're using the excuse of I pay $15 a month, this is the rating content I get to see, and it's getting ruined by robots, basically bots that go in and just they're tanks or healers not doing it. It's just supposed to be on basically a smart healing program, and obviously they can't anticipate certain things, like big damage is going to be coming out or whatever. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. I didn't even know a bot could do that, but I guess I'm old and don't realize the way of the world anymore. So
Oh, you got that part right. You are old.
I think I'm like the youngest. No, I'm not. I think I'm like the the one here now.
Yeah.
How old are you guys?
2'6".
28.
Okay, I'm the oldest. Shit. Where's Will when I need him? See, I miss Will.
I
He's
don't
He's
wanna
like
say
the lovable
tonight.
dad figure that we miss and need in
Yes.
our lives.
I need him right now. He has that smooth voice that I need to keep me on track.
Mm-hmm.
How old do you think Will is?
Let's
Let's just take a guess. I'm gonna say he's 33.
2?
I think he's in that area.
I'm gonna abstain.
Matt says 50. Okay. Uh, and it's on record now, so too late. So something else has been causing some controversy around Twitter, which obviously I'm not going to get into details or name any names or anything like that. But the Blizzard Stream Awards have been announced. Interesting enough, I don't know if you guys saw
Am I on
this.
there?
Yeah, why aren't I on there? Why aren't we on there, guys?
Right? Like what?
We
No, I'm
talk
kidding.
about Warcraft. Wah.
We don't stream enough.
Here's one thing I thought was really interesting, and I'm not sure if they did this because there's simply so many or they don't care. But you notice if you're looking through this list that there are community awards for StarCraft, for Hearthstone, for Heroes of the Storm, but none for Warcraft. Kind of weird, right?
Community awards.
Like community shows, like helpful community thing.
Oh.
Yeah, right, so there's all other games except for Warcraft. Isn't that kind of weird?
Because they're the ones that establish the people that are eligible for it. Maybe they just realize that there's not enough to really warrant a category.
I guess. I feel like the opposite. I feel like there's so many podcasts and so many fan sites and so many
Right.
You know?
But have them actually stream the game though, and that's what it boils down to. Like we wouldn't qualify because yes, we're a podcast, where should we talk about it? But we don't actually stream footage. We don't actually do anything in the game that really warrants it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my definition of streamer is like someone who's actually streaming the game. Someone that's talking about, well, it's like a talk show, but I mean we're talking about it, yes, but we're not actively streaming a title. And then there's some people that I read about that were concerned that they weren't on the list, and I'm like, well, not only that, but the people that stream like Warcraft or Starcraft or whatever, that's all they stream. You have to understand that Blizzard is not it's they're subtly pushing their own products. They don't want you streaming Counter Strike or League of Legends or any of those other games. They want you to be talking about Blizzard products only. So be that Overwatch or Hearthstone, WoW, any of that stuff, like just those Blizzard titles. So if you stream something else, you are SOL. That's my take on it.
I mean, look at Mr. BC Walker has a good point. Since Final Boss does stream the game, but
Yep. Yep. That's a possibility. And I thought I saw them
Yeah,
on
but
some of their.
no, he's on
He
there.
streams a lot.
They're
is
on
he?
there, yeah.
No, he's on there for a WoW something. WoW, one of
PvE streamer, I think, is the
PvE,
category.
yeah, but he's
yeah,
not-
PvE streamer. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I love Bay.
That's
I-
very, very interesting because when I cast my vote earlier, he wasn't there, or
Yeah.
I would have.
And I was just about to say that. And the other thing is, the big thing is, he's great. He's a good person, like an actual, like genuine person. Great information comes out of his stuff. He has high quality production. The only problem is he's up against people like Towley and Duck Sauce, who have like cult followings. Like, you know,
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
guys have thousands and thousands of people that follow their every whim. So it's like, dude, good luck with that, man. Like,
And you have to also look at the categories too. Like some people that aren't listed under new WoW streamer. Well, they have to have started streaming in 2014. So if someone was streaming a long time prior to that, they probably weren't listed on there
Right.
to begin with, right? So
right.
Yeah, like up and coming could have been, a little
it could have been more broad.
inclusive,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's a different animal. It boils down to it's no different than like the podcasting voting thing that's going on right now. A lot of people are
There's a
kind of
podcast
like,
thing going on about it?
yeah,
Yeah.
What?
none of us made it to the next round, but
Wow,
at
we
least we got
suck.
voted
Hey,
in.
I did my part.
I did too. I pushed and I voted and,
Wait, was I
and
supposed to
shared
vote
the
for
love.
myself? Because I didn't. I thought that was.
Oh,
bad.
You are the problem.
I thought
You're the
that. I
problem.
thought that was terrible. I was a bad person if I did that. I think.
Like, and it's odd because you see educational Hearthstone streamer, you see educational Here's the Storm streamer. You don't really see an educational one for WoW.
I think it's because there's so many different facets of what could be educational because you could do educational gold making, you could do educational solo content, you could do educational
PvP.
pet battles, educational PvP, all kinds of stuff. It's
It would have been too broad.
it would be hard to be all inclusive. Like I stream my rating, but I stream achievements and, just coming from my perspective, I'm way too small to be on there and I wouldn't expect to. But you could put me all over the place, but I also don't just stream WoW, even though that's like
Right.
99.9% of what I stream. But I also have kind of a potty mouth.
And I also wonder.
I can't
well,
anticipate
there's that
Blizzard
too,
wanting
yeah.
to promote something like that either. And that's things to consider as well, is that keeping it family friendly because this is a teen rated game. There's lots of young people that play.
Yeah, social presence is really important. You have to watch what you say on
course.
Twitter, for example.
Yeah.
So
Seraphis also has a point where he said, what about the concern that some of the streamers are folks who actively violate the terms of service?
that's a big one. So
Yeah.
Well, here's the other issues. I think a lot of it has to do with how they plan it. Like how do they get a group of people together in a room and say, here's a list of all these people. How are we going to narrow it down to? We're going to make it this solid list of people that these are the the nominees.
Yep.
A good example was when Blizzard did this before. They did the Blizzard Stream Awards. They had JP for State of the Game for StarCraft 2, but he had done State of the Game in like a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
yeah, so there has to be some kind of activity that goes on.
Yeah,
right? It's
like-
got to be maintained.
Like literally, like he didn't have a single episode for over a year and a half, and he's like, I don't even know why I'm on this. This is when he first started doing role play. If you guys are
Yeah.
familiar with what he does his live Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and that really took off. So obviously he stopped doing his interviews and his podcasting stuff and went solely into the D&D campaigns. And when it was he kind of made a joke about it, and was like, why would you guys ever nominate me for a StarCraft 2 show when I don't even do the show anymore? So I wonder like how the process is. I don't think it's so much as like, okay, this person violates terms of service. So this person, everyone says, oh, well, I feel like, oh, good example, another one, Heroes of the Storm. Our Pally is a YouTube guy, YouTube personality, is huge on educational and setting up guides for Heroes of the Storm, but he wasn't on that list because he didn't stream it. He's a YouTuber. But if you read on
Right.
all the comments, everyone's like, I have learned more from our Pally than I have from anyone else on this list. In fact, I don't even know who 3/4 of these people are. So
Right, and that's different. But this is it's a Blizzard stream powered by Twitch TV. It even says there, like they're partners.
yeah. So
Yep.
I wonder how they make those decisions. I guess that's the only thing that makes sense.
It's you got to be a Twitch streamer. If it doesn't matter. If
I
you're a
I would
YouTuber
guess
or a blogger.
analytics because it's something that you can rely on. So there might be only a small portion of people that are on Twitter that, aren't elsewhere, and so there's a lot of commotion coming about that of just where is your presence? Is it a large YouTube following? Is it a large Twitter following? Are you somebody that's very active on the forums? Those opinions are going to differ in those different areas about how these people are making it up on the list. And what it boils down to is analytics. If they're putting these people's names out there, it's going to be the biggest bang for your buck.
I mean, I don't really know what to say, I guess, at this point. I think people are going to get mad either way. I think they're going to get upset because their favorite person or themselves didn't get nominated. I think everyone always feels like what they do is the best, and sometimes it isn't, and that's okay. It's as long as you're trying. I think that people get better eventually. It's just you can't come out of the gate expecting to be number one. But the other issue is that, like I think it was Noble on Twitter had said something like, what do you care if you're not on this list or you are on this list? Like, what does that have to do with the quality of content that you produce? Like, do you really need that kind of validation that you need to be liked by a bunch of people just so you know what you're doing is right? That's not typically the case, and if anything, it's most of the time it's the other way around. Typically you're producing good content and then it takes a long time for you to get noticed. And you need to keep your, grind away and keep your nose down, and then eventually good things happen. But it's just,
Yep.
You don't need to get recognized by every single person you see or any single person in the scene. I mean, Matt, you've been there. You've been, up, down, all around.
I know.
And I mean, what do
Yeah.
you think? I mean, you've been in these positions like with WoW Insider, now with Blizzard Watch, where
It's-
they're like the creme de la creme, you know what I mean? They're almost like the MMOC of the Warcraft scene, but it's, I mean, You've been there. I mean, what do you think?
It's a bit of both. Like, on the one hand, you've got I'm sure it's an honor to be listed among all those individuals that's listed up there. And it's about recognition that, hey, you put in hard work. Now you're being awarded with recognition for what you've done. That someone up there says, hey, good work. And it's nothing to do with validation or any of that stuff, that's a bonus. Like, whenever someone says to me, hey, Matt, you're doing a great job. I read your blog. That's great. That's fine. That's great. I love that. But that's not the only reason I'm doing it. Now, if you plan on going somewhere with these guys, if you plan on making, I don't know, if you want to make a career out of streaming or YouTubing or whatever, that's a different story entirely, because now your goal here is to absolutely get recognized. Do you think WoW Insider would have hired me if they had no idea who the hell I was? If I
Right.
didn't promote the hell out of my blog back then, like out of World of Manicus? No. They would not have picked me up. I would never have had the opportunity to go to BlizzCon, to make the contacts, to meet all you guys, all you fine people. I would never have had the chance to get the opportunity to write in the WoW strategy guide for Worlds of Draenor. That would never have happened. So content creation is one thing. That's big. Absolutely. If you don't make it, well, then you've got nothing to show for yourself other than your personality. And even then, you better have an awesome personality to carry yourself, which is okay. Some people can pull it off. Other people, us mere mortals, we rely on content only. We make good stuff, streaming, YouTube, blogs, whatever it may be. Ask Mr. Robot makes a fantastic tool, for example. Okay? But all that is useless if no one out there has no idea who the hell you are. So it's 50% content creation and 50% promoting the hell out of what you do. So the fact that Blizzard recognizes these people who have done something, but don't recognize these other people who arguably may or may not have also done something, I can see the argument there too. Like, hey, I made stuff, but I'm not getting recognized. What the heck, bro? Right? Like, that's the other side of the equation too.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people make stuff for this game though too, and
Right.
I've always been
Yeah,
under the impression
it's
that content is
huge.
king. You know, I mean,
It
especially
is.
when you article writing. I mean, you write a lot of articles, content.
Absolutely.
Because I think, at least from, I mean, again, I don't want to speak for you because you're you, and I can just ask you. But I would
Yep.
imagine, if I were you, and I contributed to the Warlords of Draenor strategy guide, and I'm also been part of these very, I don't want to say pretty, but very well known websites such as WoW Insider, now Blizzard Watch. I think if someone came up to me, I would feel better if they said, "Hey, I learned a lot from what you wrote in that strategy guide. It helped me out a lot. It really like pushed me to this next level, or it really made me understand the concept of the class better," rather than just being like, "Hey, I know you because you're on Blizzard Watch." See what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean, but true fact, no one has ever said that to me, by the way, about the whole priest thing.
But that's the thing. But
The
imagine,
strategy.
but
No one's ever said that.
if they did though, you know, that would make
Yeah,
you
I'm
feel
sure. Like,
better.
I feel great that, hey, I actually made an impact somewhere, which is fine. True story. A long time ago, during my first BlizzCon, I had some guy come up to me at the parking lot of the WoW Insider party. But this was back when there were no lines and anyone could actually go inside it instead of the huge lineup that there is.
Oh yeah.
And the dude was a veteran. He was telling me, "Hey, I just want to let you know I'm a big fan of your blog. You know, all that stuff. I learned a lot about how to become a better priest and how not to die as much, and it's helped keep me going during those nights when I was serving in Iraq." I was blown away. I mean, I
Wow.
don't, as a Canadian, it's difficult for me to kind of like sympathize with the respect that the military gets down there and all stuff, since I'm not as, Canadians aren't as that involved or whatever with the military. So, but even then, I was still pretty, I still felt like amazed and humbled and all that stuff. And I guess you don't get those kinds of comments very often at all. So, it was that moment that it made me really click. This is why you're writing. This is why you're blogging about the game, because of these kinds of individuals that you almost never hear about. Now, that being said, though, if I think there's two types of content creators out there too. You've got the personal ones that are just doing it for fun, and then you've got the other group that it's also aiming to do it professionally. So, different goals, right?
I think this is a hard thing to
Yeah,
get into professionally,
It's
though.
right. It's absolutely
It
hard.
is hard. It's hard and it's risky and it's time consuming and it's something that I encounter a lot. Like I have a full-time job and I love what I do and I stream
Right.
when I get a chance. But if, I have to come in and work an extra day or something like that or anything, then my time that I get to put into streaming goes down a lot. And like when I was streaming with Australians, I was getting like 4 hours of sleep a night to do my rating to stream, but it was also the time that I was getting the most viewership, the most followers, and I couldn't do it anymore because I wasn't sleeping. So it was a sacrifice of like where I had to step back and be like, do I want to do this for a living? Do I legitimately want to do this all day, every day? And it was a conversation that I had with my boyfriend. He was like, if you want to quit your job and pursue this full time, go for it. I'll support it.
It's tough.
And I thought about it. I was like, I love it so much, but I don't want to make it work. Work is work, and my
Yeah.
hobbies and the things that make me happy are my hobbies and the things that make me happy for a reason. So I don't stream as much as I used to, but I love the people that still come and visit when I do, and those are some of my closest friends, that people that I want to talk to. I'm excited. I miss them when they don't stop by. And so that kind of connection is more value to me. So if I have 9 people in my stream versus
9,000.
150, I'm okay however many people show up because I'm doing what makes me happy. And if it makes other people happy or if it changes their life or something, all the better. But, it came down to it. I had to make a choice.
I mean, and I think that's the most important thing to take away is I think that if you do it very genuinely, people will come. If you do it because you're trying to be someone else that's popular, like you're trying to be another soda pop and duck sauce, Towley, whatever, Sloot. I mean, I can go on and on with all these different people. You're not going to make it because that's not who you really are. You know, if you watch any of these episodes we've been doing now for a long time. This really should be episode like 60 something. We haven't changed. You know, we're the same exact personalities, we're the same exact people. I'm the guy that's gonna say the thing I probably shouldn't say. Matt's the guy who's gonna try to act like he didn't hear it, and Katie's just gonna laugh about it. Okay, like this is who we are. And sometimes it takes a long time to get in those positions, but I think at the end of the day, if you can make those connections and meet some cool people and have a good time while you do it, then that's all that really matters. I mean, it's nice to get paid on the side. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Money makes the world go round. Money pays your bills. But
you can reinvest it back into like a new microphone, for example.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
So one last thing I want to get to here before I give away this free t-shirt here is Ask Mr. Roa, who's been in the chat all night. Really cool people over there. Also, they did mention for you guys who are listening to the audio only version of the show, if you do have some good content, you can always send it to them on Twitter, and their Twitter handle is at AskMrRobot, and they always promote stuff that they feel is really helpful to the community and or it shows a lot of potential, or you know, they're really good people over there, and I've met them personally at BlizzCon last year, and it was really cool hanging out with those guys, and they certainly have some really good ideas, some really good stuff going on at their website. And one of the things they actually have going on over there is something that was sent to me before the show went live, which I'm gonna switch the scene so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Is it's a popular talent, basically like a calculator. So if you say you're switching your class, and for example, I have Combat Rogue up because that's just what I play at the moment, and I'd say, okay, like looking at all these tiers, you have the numbers right beside them. So 4%, 1%, 95%, like boom, 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 boom. You can see what everyone's doing for every class, and this is supposed to be the top 5% of the players. So these are the best players in the game. These are what they're choosing, or this is what they're choosing. So this is like things like this is really cool. You can even scroll down a little bit, and you can say, okay, well, at least for the combat rogues, for major glyphs, 98% of them are taking energy, 77% are taking disappearance, and 36% are taking faint, and you can keep going all the way down the list to see everything from major to minor glyphs, these percentages of players that are using that are the top players in the world, and you can just scroll over and switch it, whether it's combat, sub, assassination. You can check on any of the difficulties, the bosses, and the classes themselves. So it's a really cool tip. It's just another one of those things to make you a better player. And that's really, really cool. Stuff like that is really helpful to the community. And if anything, I don't understand why these people aren't on a list somewhere to be influential and to be, people that help the community, because they do it a lot. There's a lot of really cool things, especially their combat logs. Like the infographics for the combat logs are awesome.
They're amazing.
They're so awesome. I go and I use those all the time just to see where I stack up, how I could do better. Where I can make the small changes, and I've used it. I've learned, like, there was a couple of fights where I had another rogue in my group, and he was just getting a few more instant poisons off, a few more of this, a few more of that, and I'm thinking to myself, how is this guy like getting more than me? I don't understand, like, what's going on. So I started looking, and I started realizing, like, he was taking burst of speed on a certain fight versus me, where I was taking shadow step. And he was staying on the boss more in a high movement fight than I was, even if it was only for 2 seconds here, 3 seconds there, 5 seconds here, because they're running around, whatever. But that adds up. So and I was like, oh man, I just got to do this a little bit better. I did, and then now I'm beating him on DPS. So it's really a cool feature. It's definitely something to check out. Everything by Ask Mr. Robot is actually really, really, really awesome. So definitely give those guys a look-see, because they're awesome.
I'm a premium subscriber.
Yeah,
Me too.
As am I. So,
Or...
Duh.
Duh.
Like,
who is it, right?
Yeah. It's like, what do you think this is? Like Nazi Germany? Of course you are. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just trying to say stuff. So, what I'd like to do is give away one of these
right here
promo codes. No. You don't get one.
Nope, disqualified.
It's the downside of being like a figure or something.
Yeah,
Price
we
you pay.
can't win. So I'm gonna copy and paste everything into a little randomizer. If you guys want to chat about anything randomly real quick while I do this, that'd be really nice. But that's fine too. You don't have to. You can just look at our beautiful faces or tweet at us something nice or whatever. Works for me. There's so many random things I have to do. Random.org is a pretty awesome site, by the way. That's what I'm using in case you guys are curious. But I don't have it set up on the stream. But
I thought you would have like logged in and
How
just
dare
used the
you.
in-game slash roll function or something.
well, if you're not like a premium like Twitch user, you're very limited on what you can do. So basically, what this is, by the way, in case you guys are curious, D20 Crit has run a promotion with Jinx, and what this kind of agreement is they're promoting Jinx is promoting their boss battle bundle. I don't really know what to call it. Thing. I'm not really good with words apparently today, but it's actually a really cool thing. Like you go onto their Jinx's website, you go to the boss battle things like right on the front page, can't miss it, and you basically it's like a flash player, and you like defeat a boss, and as you defeat a boss, you get like a bundle, and it can be like men's, you select whatever it is, whether it's men's horde, women's alliance, whatever you want, and as you defeat these bosses, if you do it in a timely manner, you get more stuff. You have a chance to get like bonus items for free. There's a lot of like really cool stuff like that. So definitely worth checking out if you like free gear. So
I like gear. Oh, but we're not eligible.
Jinx actually has some really awesome shirts, guys, like this, and it's the stuff that, what we're going to be giving away is a code for a free shirt with free shipping. So you can go and get anything you want on the website. It doesn't have to be Warcraft if you don't want it to be, and it's yours for doing nothing but just hanging out. So that's
And
really,
being
really, really cool.
awesome and loving us. Yay!
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, thanks, Jinx.
All right, I'm gonna pick something here. Yes, to D20 Crit and to Jinx. That's really cool, you guys. So thank you so much. So I'm gonna press. I don't know if you guys are gonna be here. This, but 3, 2, 1. Oh my God! Guess who won? I'll give you one guess.
Was it the robot?
No, it was actually Mr. BC Walker who won. Congratulations
Yay!
to you,
Mr.
sir.
BC Walker.
Congratulations, buddy. Mr. BC Walker has actually been in the chat for quite a while, so it's good to see you win something, buddy. If all you have to do is send me a Twitch message right now after the show, whatever. Give me a little bit of information, which I'll after you send me the messages, I'll give you the information that you'll need to send me back. I'll send you the promo code, and then you can order your free shirt courtesy of D20 Crit, Jinx, and of course us here at The Edge. If you feel free to take a nice little beautiful picture and send it to us on Twitter, we would love to see what you pick out. So congratulations. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Guys, do you have any shout outs before I have to go raid and do my thing?
No shout outs, but make sure you check me out on the Twitch TV Blizzard Watch channel Friday nights at 6 o'clock Pacific.
Fridays. And are you doing your podcast this week?
Yeah, we
Sunday?
do our podcast every week. We record our
will?
podcast. It's not live. It's
Okay.
not live though. We record those, and they're usually available Monday. So we're up to. We just released the 3rd episode, but we're up to week 5 now. So we have a nice 2-week buffer in advance in case one of us can't make it. But yeah.
Awesome. And that's some
Yeah,
pretty
check
good
that
stuff
out.
over there too. If you guys are, just took over a guild, you want to start a guild, or you're just looking for help.
If you just want to take
Just
over a
took over a
guild,
guild.
Yeah, you just want to take one
start
over.
a coup. I mean,
That's
stage a rebellion.
That's what you do. You just listen to
Yeah.
these guys' podcasts and so this is what you do, guys. You just message the GM's girlfriend and be like, he's,
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
he's cheating on you. You need to go cut his power cable to his computer.
Divide and conquer.
That's the way it
right?
works, man.
Obviously.
That's the way it works.
Right.
Obviously, a big shout out to everyone I just mentioned. Ask Mr. Robot, D20 Crit, Jinx, all these people. Again, still Whammo from Open Raid who did the overlay. Still, and that guy's again blowing up, dude. That guy's so busy now. He's doing commissions all over the place. So
Yeah, he's got a giveaway for the month of March too.
He
so
does.
Go jump in on that.
yes, if you go check him out on Twitter, he'll be giving you a whole bunch of overlay stuff and just a whole bunch of whatever. So pretty good deal, and as you can see, his quality of work is second to none. Very, very good stuff. And this is what this guy does for a living. He's a graphics designer, so this isn't like a side job of his, or isn't like a hobby. This is his actual career. So he's this is just like some money he's making on the side, which is really cool. So probably to support him to do cool things like go to BlizzCon or to buy a puppy. I don't know. It's his money.
Buy a puppy.
Puppies are cool.
Never mind.
You don't have any animals? No animals over there? No?
As a ringleader, I detest people
that's
with
right.
pets.
Oh, that's right, because they bark and stuff at the most inconvenient times, or
Oh, and then I gotta go let the dog
BRB,
out.
my cat's
Hang
on fire. I
on.
can't show
Yeah,
up right
like-
tonight.
yeah. I understand. I understand. Okay, well, that being the case then, well, I turned the music back up here a little bit. Oh, yes, there it is. So, episode 4, boom, done, in the books. If you like the show, you can give it a 5-star rating on iTunes and Stitcher, and if you leave a comment, I will read it on the stream. But only 5 stars because I'm greedy. Sorry. 4 stars don't count. Can't just be like, oh, 4 stars, good enough, guys. Also, you can follow the show's Twitter on, it's at @TheEdge_podcast, and the Twitch channel, which is The Edge Podcast, all one word. You can check us out, again, 8 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday. And actually, we got a pretty full show, and considering there wasn't a lot to talk about, so cool. You can find us over at d20crit.com as well. This show, audio only, and the couple of notes or brief summary of the show will be up tomorrow because it takes a few hours to upload to Stitcher and iTunes because they're lazy bums over there. So, but, guys, we're out for now. We will see you guys next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Mr. PC Walker, congratulations on your shirt, big guy. We're out, guys. Peace.